What's up guys, today I explain you 10 scariest demon slayer demons so far ranked. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe this channel, because we are close to hit the 1200 followers and now have fun with the video. Just because Nezuko doesn't kill humans doesn't mean she isn't scary. One fateful day, Muzan attacked Tanjiro Kamato's family while he was away. When he returned, he found his entire family dead and his sister, Nezuko, had been turned into a demon. In the beginning of her demon life, she was unable to control her urges to eat human flesh. Once she learned that she didn't need humans for a food supply, she started to replenish her energy by sleeping instead. As one of the strongest demons in the show, she played a large role in defeating Rui and Daki, who were both ranked demons. After these pivotal moments, demons begin to fear her more than humans do. Her blood demon art, which turns her blood into fire, is a great weapon in her arsenal. Since she's on the side of humans, she earned the last spot on the list because she's a friendly demon to people. Although she's a demon, she doesn't want to harm humans and protects the ones she cares about against demons. To the viewer, she may not seem daunting, but most of the demons would hate crossing paths with her. It's fascinating how a human or demon can be perceived based on who is observing them. Residing in the entertainment district, Daki disguised herself as an Orion and lived a lavish life far from how she grew up. By using this disguise, she was able to feast on humans that she considered attractive without people noticing. Also, she would kill people that she didn't find attractive, and it was under people's assumption that they took their own lives. For a power trip, she would often insult and degrade others if she found their actions annoying. When it came to her personality, her pride and arrogance were overwhelming, as she would make others bow to her and didn't have respect for anyone. From starving every day to being ostracized by her village, she barely survived, with her brother, Gyutaro, being the only one there for her. One of the villagers burned her so badly that she almost died, and the only reason she didn't was because Gyutaro saved her. With her blood demon art, she can use obi/manipulation and multi-layered sash/, which she uses to cut up the person she is fighting. This upper rank 6 demon isn't as scary of a demon to look at compared to the others, but she has committed atrocities. Throughout Season 1, several frightening demons have been shown, including Susumaru, Yahaba, and Kyogai. However, one in particular stood out. During the final selection exam, one of Tanjiro's first true challenges was having to face the hand demon. This terrible demon killed 13 of Daki's students, which included Sabito and Makomo. In the Hashira training arc, it is revealed that Sabito was the one who saved Yomi's life when they took the final selection exam together. After the hand demon consumed 50 children in the exam, his body turned into a grotesque blob made up of arms and legs. In the exam, one of the participants gets captured by the hand demon. Determined to save him, Tanjiro musters up the courage to activate water breathing and attack it. As he gets knocked around by the demon, he loses consciousness, and the warding mask that his teacher, Daki, gave him shatters. The breaking of his mask symbolizes the loss of protection and the harsh truth that he has to face the threats of the world head-on. To the hand demon's surprise, Tanjiro evades all of his attacks and cuts through his neck with his sword, finally getting Sabito and Makomo the revenge they deserve. Prior to becoming a demon, Gyokko was far from a saint. After his parents died out at sea, he gained an obsession with corpses, killing and stuffing a child's body into a vase. As a result of this incident, the victim's parents stabbed him, and a few hours later, Muzan found him. His character design of being in a vase is representative of his actions as a human. During the Swordsmith Village arc, Gyokko was one of the villains, with the position of an upper rank 5 demon. Physically, Gyokko is very unpleasant to look at. His body protrudes like a broken statue out of a vase with tiny hands along his body with an eye for a mouth and 2 mouths instead of eyes. What's more, he's convinced that his body is a work of art, and if he doesn't receive praise for it, he freaks out. However, his obsession over art doesn't stop there. When he kills his victims, he distorts their bodies and believes that it's beautiful art in his twisted mind. Stemming back to his childhood, his body has fish-like features and tentacles almost like a merman, which are representative of the fishing village he grew up in. When he fights his opponents, he traps them in a vase filled with water that they drown in. It's possible that he uses this method due to lingering grief he feels from losing his parents to the ocean and feels the need to torture others in the same way they suffered. Making his first appearance as a cowardly and afraid demon, Hantengu seems like no threat at all. To everyone's surprise, He actually has several personalities, and his real form is the frightened one, which is the emotion where he can transform into a tiny creature. His trickery made Michiro, Nezuko, and Tanjiro let their guard down, which allowed him to hit them with an unexpected assault. When he first entered the room, he was crying and begged them not to hurt him. In his days as a human, he would often lie and deceive others into thinking he's the victim, which is why he puts up a weak front to make others think he is in need of help. When someone would call him out on his lies, he would fly into a murderous rage and kill them. As an upper rank 4, he has 7 personalities: hatred, anger, fear, pleasure, resentment, sorrow, and joy. With his blood demon art, he creates clones of himself with each emotion. The scariest part about his character is that he can switch personalities at any moment. Although his intentions are to protect his sister, that doesn't mean he is any less scary than the other demons. The first appearance he makes is when he physically comes out of Daki's body, where he hides unless she is in danger. At first glance, the noticeably off-putting feature is his contorted physique. His dark yellow eyes coupled with his shark teeth is very frightening. What's more, his red blood, sickles, and evil grin are terrifying. When he was born, his mother tried to kill him. He's so skinny because he starved as a child, and his sickles are the same ones he carried as a human to defend himself and his sister. What truly makes him scary is how he is willing to do anything to protect his sister. Being so blinded by his familial love, it makes his murderous actions justified in his own mind. It's an intriguing contrast to watch because Gyutaro wants to shield his sister from danger just like Tanjiro wants to make sure nothing happens to Nezuko. Even though they are demons, the siblings still feel the same emotions as humans. This insinuates that some demons aren't that different from humans, as some are able to feel love, fear, anger, and even care for their family. Moreover, his sadistic ways are shown when he puts the people on the train into a happy dream, which he slowly warps into a terrifying nightmare which he finds entertaining when he sees their reactions. The worst part is that he takes pleasure in the suffering of both humans and demons alike, which makes him even more of a monster, as he isn't even loyal to his own kind. In his human life, he was a doctor who would convince dying patients that they are healthy through hypnotic measures for the fun of it. Also, his masochistic tendency to relish receiving Muzan's blood when the process is painful proves that calling him crazy is an understatement. Despite the fact that Akaza hasn't had too much screen time in the anime yet, he comes across as a force to be reckoned with. As upper rank 3, he easily took out one of the Hashira, Rengoku, during the Muzan train arc. The scariest part is that Akaza wasn't even going all out when he was fighting him, since he considered him a weaker opponent. In addition, Rengoku was considered one of the strongest Hashira in the Demon Slayer Corps, which means trouble for the other Hashira that are going to have to fight him in the near future. Another ace he has up his sleeve is his compass needle, which senses his opponent's will to fight, which he can use to calculate his moves in battle. Besides both of these techniques, he moves at lightning fast speed, and he's in a new spot before anyone realizes it. Based on his behavior so far, he's always hungry for a fight, and his stubborn nature leads him to defy authority. In the Infinity Castle, he has an argument with Doma, who he holds a grudge against because he is a rank above him. Simply because he feels like it, he cuts off Doma's mouth and then his head. But he just reacts by smiling and saying he doesn't mind, which makes Akaza even angrier. Out of all the demons introduced so far, Rui is one of the most heartless ones. His unhealthy obsession with having a family leads him to having a screwed-up spider family of his own. As a human, he had an abusive family dynamic, but that doesn't excuse his twisted ways of trying to recruit new members. Starting off, he would trick humans and then use the blood of spider demons to transform them, forcing them to be members of his family with roles he would assign them. If they disobeyed him, he would punish them using violent methods. For example, his mother had trouble adjusting to the role as a demon, so he would often strangle her with his strings, and she would secretly wish for his death. Moreover, it was his intimidating and ruthless nature that led the other spider demons to fear him so much. The worst part is that the humans were forcibly turned into demons, and then forced to join the spider demon family where they were unhappy and felt trapped. He was never concerned about how they felt, and he didn't even care enough to ask them. There is one thing Muzan cares about less than anything else: life. As a human, he was very sick and frail. A doctor began to give him treatment, but Muzan didn't see any improvement, so he killed him out of frustration. Also, he would kill random innocent people in order to take over their bodies and use them as vessels without a second thought. When the lower ranked demons didn't fulfill his wishes, he beheaded them on the spot even though they were demons just like him. Out of all the demons, he's the scariest because each one has something they desire or fear, or some humanity left in them. But he doesn't.